All right, abusia mi cha na mi sanso emu akwaba ebe channel so and that's why be media GH. Na melodies na ba bonti aba be kansem e de afa koka ho. Yes. Ocheni semu a koka e de in fact see your man 25 years I will prison cry na che say ye de ache no. E de enti na ma melodies e kan sansem we e de akere koka. Abusia we de ma me kasa nwa e that's why be media GH. Be so subscribe be like na wa bo aso ahwe for person bi atie no. Anya bi ete yentie ne baaye enu nti melodies credit goes to Melodies TV or this handsome way at the etuda handsome way if you cut if you hemfa when this asemi ente ho at the baaye yentie ne message ya
ebusuafo mi mo bibia akwaba eba Melodies TV so last week ena meye announcement say me pese ye championi aspects say asembi ba ewo Ghana senia other platforms or mekwa kofa politician no maba be ye politics e wasem ne mu no. I want us to do something different. Into no BBC a mo amotie me busuanfo amotie me amoye expert no menya ya nka mo betro article na makenkan na nkrofo ehu you know and all that na muni amokai emra chema wuntumi case by no me ba be read ya Melodies ebusuani ba ko a oye law student the article I will try. Some of you, I mean, at the back, no more requested a memfa article ne mamo, and I'm sending mamo. The same brother, I friend Daniel Gidi, or your student, law students, into your LLB candidates. Now, I sent a article on another legal issue, and this is exactly what I want. What you're saying, legal issues be say ba. I want the lawyers listening to me. No, monso article, niya. Ebia mo law firms ni dini mo numbers, no mo debetuja. For all you know, ebia no be tie on here lawyer, betumi afrem on nyama. So I want to encourage that. Okay. Intino enra me the story ba ko bremo say Npp or mo communicator ba ko your friend Koka. Court issue bench warrant amano because wakwako allegedly wakwako threaten the life of a Yoko officer bi. Enti yebra our law students atro a piece, an article, a legal article on this particular thing. Inti me pesi ye ready ni yehwe nsemo ayebra or kan inti no ne outfit no your friend the legal lens or see beyond headlines and into the law. And then first time we have subscribing and click the notification bell on the so we have the latest news be about Sabek. And this video is kindly sponsored by Corporate Logistica. Omo vehicle management company e Ghana has say o cars akesiye no cargo vehicles and as ahia cars kesiye na Michelle former Corporate Logistica no munye ho adwuma emma. Na omo abepe driver amaka no na omo ankasa amaka na ye adwuma. Na omo abeye maintenance okan ne ho na wa kan ne ye ode no every month omema waketua 2 times. Into the answer who jaka na momo na every month bia waje waketua. Very very simple. 0598022033 oni omo entwetwe komo. Now yen concern nim to say threats of harm and threats of death under Ghanaian law, understanding sections 74 and 75 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I like this very much. Listen, I am very happy. Hey, I don't know. You guys, you don't know. If you really know me, I am very happy when there's an issue in Ghana and then an expert in that field is using that opportunity to write an article to educate us. It is our idea we are making. Idea we are making. We need you rough because it is affording us the opportunity to learn. Ghana ya na nkrofo threatin obi oni obinya ntokwa wo de mebu ekun wo de meye we no. Today we are going to learn what the law is saying about that. Intino LLB candidate, legal researcher and public legal commentator. And that is by Daniel Gidi. Anyway, I'll say recent public discourse has once again drawn public attention to the criminal offense of threatening another person with harm or death. I'll say whether the accused is an ordinary citizen, a public official, or a politically exposed person, Ghanaian law regards threats to life and personal safety as serious criminal conduct. The law therefore seeks not only to punish such behavior, but also to protect citizens from fear, intimidation, and violence. What is threat of harm? Very, very simple. Now, Section 74 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29 provides that whoever threatens any other person with unlawful harm with intent to put that person in fear of unlawful harm shall be guilty of a misdemeanor. Or in simple terms, a person commits the offense of threat of harm where he or she intentionally threatens another person with unlawful injury, violence, or any other unlawful harm for the purpose of causing fear. The offense is complete once the threat is intentionally communicated with the requisite intent. The prosecution does not have to prove that the accused actually carried out the threat. Let's move the discussion further to threat of death. Into tie Ghana mbra. Wasi so obi threaten obi a eni kwan say ye de nipa ko no kokogina court e wasi ye threat nipa kro na wo threaten nipa kro no ade no waye eni kwan say o yansa ntu ni obi nya asem na wo threaten say wo me bu ekun wo me proud with ya Ghana mbra wa threaten nipa kro no say obeye ne sa ade no eni kwan say wo ye ansa na police for chill. Once you say it with your mouth. Today we are learning things. So when you be enya asem na wo de meya no de obehu wo de obehu de meya mbra to me chill. Ai Charlie, is it Ghana mbra o uni ma na uni mo you see the Ghana mbra very wa obehu ne say eh na say ade we ya wonam a wo ye ewo eye oman mu a ye jai wa uguswa eye no say woni sa de no create amra hwe ende yesia de now let's go to threat of death. Okay, now say the law treats threats to kill far more seriously. Inti say o threaten obi say obi plan de a eno no yes etiamra but eno ne fele misdemeanor na tre say eye bone de nanso no enhye da anye bone kese esa na eye sa misdemeanor cases bi na ende His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ebe passe emra mo na ebe ma mo aye community service no ana mo ne ebe mo aye community service no first no misdemeanor need that say ebe ma with your fine ana be kwakoda mfia sekra na ebia some months ana some weeks ana 1 year bi but sisia no misdemeanor cases no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama e passe emra na ebe ma wakwa kotiti gata bi mu for ebia 1 month ama ebe ma wado baby efu bi for 1 month what as a community service and a communal labor. Inti there's a threat of harm in the sense what threat of death. Inti threat of death no or say eno no there the law treats it seriously. Enya dia emra no edidi agro kra. For me, sorry for that. I'm say Melodies ebusiani ba kuna no frame. Now say what is threat of death? Or say the law treats threats of death far more seriously. Or say Section 75 of Act 29 provides whoever threatens any other person with death with intent to put that person in fear of death is guilty of a second-degree felony. Tigana mrano ukoko katre obi say obebu ne kuno obe ni bibi ekuno eno ne de e serious eno ne de eni kwan se nipa kron ne twen ma okuno ukoko throw text message you I'll find you I'll kill you hey why bone. It was a parliament deliberately classified this offense as a second-degree felony because a threat to take another person's life creates a greater level of fear and poses a greater danger to public order. The key element here is the fear being imposed on another in regard to the fear of death. What must the prosecution prove? Also, to obtain a conviction under Section 75, the prosecution must establish beyond reasonable doubt that 1. The accused made a threat to kill another person. Inti say yede obi ekokojina court na charge yede bon a threat of death edien ene wo say prosecution no aban etumi prove police for then also to me prove ema judge no eka say indeed nipa kro we was ye chinitum 1 nipa kro no e was ye hu ne say indeed or threaten say we bekum nipa kro na Nti Npp akreya Npp Koka ya say wa threaten se wo bekum eye Iyoko officer no se video wo ho na wo ka se wo yenimufie ye bekum a nitiate. Because the first thing is that you prove that. Second, I say the threat was communicated to the complainant, whether orally, in writing, electronically, or through another person. Se nipa krono sign ye kan de ne tre no, o ka tre no wonanim se wo mekum. Ana o trauma no se wo mekum. O send ne text message e wo WhatsApp se wo mekum. Ana o ka tre obi fufuro so nko kan tre no se assume sisi obekum. We di bone. The third one, the accused intended the threat to place the complainant in fear of death. So what can or can so that to be bohu. It is a need trim class up a so ye cra no can crana. The fact say wa bohu ne de and branding ni pakro ni bedi. The threat was made without lawful justification. Also, the crucial element is intent. Mere abusive language, political rhetoric, or emotional outbursts do not automatically amount to the offense unless the surrounding circumstances demonstrate an intention to instill fear of death. Once obetumi ni obi kasa. I say ni obi kasa na mosre. Say kojo de obekumi o. Kojo de uye de obekumi o. Kojo me de mechiwa me de beku ene de. Once agro ho nsem no de. Ati ase. Obetumi ni onio ebia oni okunu bi ene de meyere mechiwa meku o ene de. Once ebia mo wo sa agro no. Ene ne de yenhu ne sa. But environment no say you charged. Ebufu environment nim ntɔkwamre ene ne de enti ene se obi ka keke no. Just a guidance from Ghanaian courts. Ghanaian courts have consistently emphasized that the offense is not determined merely by the words used, but by the context in which they were spoken and whether they were intended to place the victim in fear of death. Case law gives us further understanding. For example, in Republic versus Wiafe in 2024, the circuit court held that intent could probably be inferred from the accused's words, conduct, and the surrounding circumstances, leading to a conviction under Section 75, after the court found that the accused intended to cause fear of death. Similarly, in Republic versus Donko Obrikwa at Niger 2023, the prosecution relied on evidence that the accused repeatedly threatened to kill the complainant while armed with a cutlass. The case illustrates that courts examine both the threatening words and the surrounding conduct in determining criminal liability under Section 75. Tinibakone kasa asem na, what was the environment? Ne ebufu mre ewo ho. Nipakone den na no kita. Na what you say, inti say embra na nkrofo buefu embra na eye charged environment no kasa asem na ene ebe hodi. Inti wa me examples cases mienu wo Ghana ha a wo bi okan ye embre bi a na okrase kan a wo twi wo bi se obeden obekuno. Also, in another decision, Republic versus Godwin Kwesi Osei 2022, the circuit court considered charges including both threat of harm under Section 74 and threat of death under Section 75 arising from alleged threats made during a land dispute, demonstrating that the same factual circumstances may support separate charges depending on the evidence. Another case I used to ye and also will be assassin who manson hey me kun and also say environment no. As a threat against law enforcement officers. The law makes no distinction between threats directed at ordinary citizens and those directed at police officers, Iyoko investigators, or other security personnel. Accordingly, where a person tells an Iyoko officer, "We know your house, we will kill you," and the evidence demonstrates that the statement was intended to place the officer in fear of death, the conduct may amount to the offense created under Section 75 of Act 29. Whether a conviction ultimately follows whether a conviction ultimately follows depends entirely upon the evidence presented before the trial court. No person should be regarded as guilty until convicted by a court of competent jurisdiction. Yes, NPP ni Koka wakwa, but he's going to have his day in court. Inti Ghana mratre se eni kwansi yebu na ten. Inti ejina aban so sende aban eko try no ewo court no ejina evidence aban edebekwa ko to judge nim. Na judge no edi asem no. Inti even though Koka yentumi mbu na ten already because judge ene bebu na ten no case no ade bia very interesting. Now si yekoko hu say indeed Koka wetiamra punishment ni ede. Or say Article 1911 provides that a person shall only be convicted of a criminal offense unless the offense is defined and penalty prescribed in a written law. In that regard, threat of harm and threat of death, as defined by the Criminal Act, further clearly describes its punishment or penalty. And Emra me ready that time chairman to me ne lawyer attachia waka judge say yembo chema untumi nsemingu den no also kan sem bi say Ghana mrane tre say emra no entre bone kro a yentumi nchi nipa kro no nti o say mrane tro bone no na mrane tro de nipa ko na wo say yede ye no so this bone no nti that's exactly what our brother Daniel Gidi is talking about. Now see, Ghana mrana kasa about threat of harm and then the threat of death. Inti sa wokokoya e wo mremu emra no so threat wokokoya now this abone na de ne mfan yo. As a threat of harm under section 74 is a misdemeanor. As a threat of death under section 75 is a second degree felony. Under Ghana's sentencing under Ghana's sentencing framework for second degree felonies, a convicted person may face a term of imprisonment of not less than 5 years and not more than 25 years, depending on the circumstances of the offense and the court's assessments of the appropriate sentence. Courts have imposed custodial sentences in threat of death cases while considering factors such as seriousness of the conduct, the offender's circumstances, and the interest of justice. Senior mekano, threat of harm need a misdemeanor. Now so threat of death. To kokokatro be say oh dear, hey, me proud a threat of harm. No senior mekano misdemeanor. No ati as yen shedan jelu bebre sa ebi abema wetie sike bi fine bibi. But threat of death need the least number of years I will be dim 5 years. Ube to me akwa dim 25 years. Inti Koka ende oh yeah. Dear okan ye to me prove you or court say indeed. Or yes, na court e convictina. Would dear grow with them 25 years. Conclusion: freedom of expression does not include the freedom to threaten another person's life. And you see, this is one of the reasons in here me can say sa statement na about me eba be make no. It wasn't good for this country. Sa asemo about me because or no de onji ni say was ye chinipa because of nipa ko na asemo awaka no. Me can say it is not good for you know for peace in this country. Because obi kokoka say obe kun obi a say ne numu asem. Ba me person say ni kwanse ye chinipa kro no. And the kokai ye chine near convictina NPP for abeba because freedom of speech. But you see what our brother has said. Conclusion: or the freedom of expression does not include the freedom to threaten another person's life. The Criminal Offences Act protects every individual, whether an ordinary citizen, a public servant, or a law enforcement officer, from threats intended to create fear of death. Public office, political influence, or social status, therefore, affords no immunity where the prosecution proves the ingredients of the offense before a court of competent jurisdiction. This is from our brother, Mr. Daniel Gidi, and his number is 0244 917980. We hear legal advice and then legal research beyond our friend. 0244 917980. Our friend and our trend say Melodies in a directive about. I like